She speaks 5 languages fluently, and she's younger than me, and she runs a company. Have you ever looked at someone else's progress and felt your own confidence completely disappear? Welcome back to the Oops English channel. I'm Lily, and today we are breaking free from the ultimate language learning trap.
Hi everyone, I'm Sam. And Lily, I feel personally attacked today. Comparing myself to others is basically my second job. I had a complete meltdown over this just a few days ago.
I remember that. It was a very tough afternoon. Today, we are going to fix that mindset. We will cover the difference between healthy and paralyzing insecurity, the danger of short-term motivation, and the beautiful metaphor of the orchid and the cactus.
I am ready to be a plant. But first, let me tell you why I had a meltdown. I have this acquaintance, a guy I kind of know. We started learning English at the exact same time.
Okay, 2 people starting at the same time. That sounds like a fair race.
But it wasn't. I opened social media and I saw that he just started a YouTube channel, completely in English. And he already has 1,000 subscribers.
Oh no, social media amplifies everything. To amplify means to intensify and make something look much bigger than it really is.
It definitely amplified my anxiety. I spent hours staring at his videos. I compared his vocabulary, his confidence, his accent to mine. I felt so terrible that I almost threw my English books in the trash.
Sam, you fell into the classic trap. You attached your self-worth to a false standard. Self-worth is the value you give yourself as a person, and when you do that, you feel incredibly insecure. Insecure means lacking confidence in yourself and your abilities.
I definitely felt insecure. I kept asking myself, why is he so much better than me?
Because you are making an incomplete comparison. An incomplete comparison means you are missing crucial information. You don't know his whole story.
That is exactly what Marco, my roommate, told me. He walked into the living room, saw me crying over the YouTube video, and said, "Sam, you know that guy lived in London for 2 years when he was a teenager, right?"
No way. He lived in London?
Yes. He had a massive head start. I started from absolute zero in my living room. Marco told me, "You're comparing your starting line to his finish line."
Marco is incredibly wise. Comparing your chapter 3 to someone else's chapter 20 is the biggest mistake you can make. You see their final success, but you didn't see their years of failure.
Exactly. But Lily, is all insecurity bad? Sometimes feeling a little behind makes me want to study more.
Great question. No, not all insecurity is bad. There's a huge difference between healthy insecurity and paralyzing insecurity. Healthy insecurity pushes you to improve. It makes you open a book.
And paralyzing insecurity?
Paralyzing insecurity freezes you. It prevents you from acting at all because you're terrified of not being perfect. To beat it, you have to transform your insecurity into curiosity.
Curiosity. So instead of feeling bad, I should be curious about how they learned and what their methods are.
Yes, you have to stop worrying about whether you measure up. To measure up means to be as good as expected or required. But whose standard are you using?
That's the problem. I was using the YouTube guy's standard.
Exactly. You have to become your own benchmark. A benchmark is a standard against which things are measured. When you are your own benchmark, you only compare yourself to yourself.
Oh, like saying, where was my English 6 months ago instead of where is he after 6 months?
Yes, every journey is unique, which means being the only one of its kind. Let's look at the 6 essential expressions you need to talk about these feelings safely.
I'm ready. I say this first one all the time. I can't help comparing myself to others.
That is very honest. Here's the second one. I feel like I don't measure up sometimes.
I feel like I don't measure up sometimes. And the third one, I know I shouldn't compare, but
Yes, and expression number 4. Everyone seems so much further ahead than me.
everyone seems so much further ahead than me. That was my exact thought on Thursday. Now let's shift to the positive ones. Expression 5. I'm trying to focus on my own progress.
Beautiful. And the final, most powerful one, I'm my own benchmark.
I'm my own benchmark. Let's practice using these on the formality scale. Let's start with a casual situation. Confessing this to a good friend.
You would say, I can't help comparing myself to others. I just feel so far behind everyone else.
Now, professional. I am talking to my coworker Priya about feeling inadequate at work.
You need to sound professional but honest. Priya, I feel like I don't measure up sometimes, but I'm trying to focus on my own progress and use the senior team members as inspiration, not competition.
Perfect. And emotional? When it deeply affects your self-esteem. Self-esteem means your overall sense of your own worth.
You could say, I'm having a hard time remembering my own value because I'm too busy looking at everyone else's success. I need to be my own benchmark.
That is so powerful. Now, Lily, what about motivation? Doesn't seeing someone better than me motivate me to study harder?
Be very careful with that. That's called short-term motivation. It's a fire that burns bright because of jealousy, but it fades very quickly.
Right. I get super motivated. I study for 10 hours straight.
And then you have a collapse, a sudden failure of energy. You burn out. True admiration is appreciating someone's qualities without feeling bad about yourself. Jealousy causes a collapse.
I prefer admiration. Okay, Lily. You promised me a metaphor about a cactus.
Here it is. Comparing your English journey to someone else's is exactly like comparing an orchid to a cactus.
Okay. An orchid is a delicate, beautiful flower, and a cactus is a tough desert plant with spikes.
Yes, the orchid produces beautiful flowers very quickly if it has lots of water and attention. It shows fast, visible results.
And the cactus?
The cactus grows very slowly. It needs very little water. For a long time, it looks like it isn't doing anything at all. And then, suddenly, it produces an incredible, unique flower that nobody expected.
Wow. So neither plant is better, they just grow completely differently.
Exactly. And the biggest mistake you can make is trying to treat your cactus like an orchid. If you give a cactus too much water because you want it to act like an orchid, you drown it.
Oh my goodness. If you force it to be something else, you kill it. That is brilliant.
Yes, we all have different starting points and different conditions to thrive. Let's see if your cactus is ready to bloom in the quiz.
I am a proud cactus. Let's go.
Question 1. What is the difference between healthy insecurity and paralyzing insecurity?
Healthy insecurity pushes you to improve with curiosity. Paralyzing insecurity freezes you and stops you from moving forward because you fear failure.
Correct. Question 2. Why is comparing yourself to someone on social media an incomplete comparison?
Because you only see their final success. You're missing crucial information about their struggles, like living in London for 2 years.
Spot on. Question 3. What does the phrase, I'm my own benchmark mean?
It means I am the standard. I only compare my progress today with my progress from 6 months ago.
Perfect. Question 4. What is the danger of using comparison as short-term motivation?
It is a fire fueled by jealousy that burns out quickly and usually leads to a complete collapse.
Exactly. Question 5. According to our metaphor, why shouldn't you water a cactus like an orchid?
Because they're different plants. An orchid shows fast results, but a cactus grows slowly. If you force a cactus to act like an orchid, you drown it.
Outstanding, Sam. 100% correct. Now let's practice our essential expressions. I will say the phrase, you repeat slowly.
I am ready.
I feel like I don't measure up sometimes.
I feel like I don't measure up sometimes.
Beautiful. Let's practice the most important one.
I'm ready.
I'm my own benchmark.
I'm my own benchmark.
Perfectly done, Sam. You are growing beautifully at your own pace.
Yeah, I am going to close YouTube and just read my English book without worrying about anyone else today.
That sounds like a perfect plan.
Oh, before we go, guys, if you want a safe environment where every orchid and every cactus is celebrated, hit that subscribe button.
Yes, we celebrate your unique journey every single day.
Tell us in the comments, do you feel more like an orchid or a cactus in your language learning journey?
I can't wait to read those. See you tomorrow, everyone.